Hi everyone! Today I will give you 10 tips for the Outlast trials as someone who has played almost 1,000 trials. Let's start off by going through our settings. One thing you should turn on is the noise indicator. This pretty much shows you how much noise you're making, which can be useful when you're sneaking around X-Pops. This will also teach you what actions do and don't make noise, and even when you don't see an enemy, the noise indicators will still show you if someone can hear you. After you've turned on your noise indicator, you should turn on your light indicator. This shows you whether or not you're standing in the dark to prevent enemies from seeing you. Do keep in mind that some enemies may be able to see you in the dark, like the Night Hunter, and even normal enemies can spot you if you make a sound. If you're a new player or just did a relapse, rather than focusing on obtaining and fully upgrading your rig, focus on getting all of the prescriptions. This should be your main focus for the game until you have all of them. There are only 3 tiers and a total of 23 prescriptions. They're easy to obtain and you'll have them permanently unless you do a relapse. Some of my favorites are the slide prescription, which allows you to slide, the expanded inventory, and of course all of the stamina prescriptions. You won't know how important this is until you're at the back of the group getting chased by a big grunt. I am passionate about this one, but try to outrun instead of hide. 90% of the time, outrunning will do you more good than hiding. Not only is it too late to hide once an enemy has spotted you, since they will drag you out of your hiding space, it also takes up a lot of time. You can outrun all of the enemies in the Outlast trials, as long as you have all of the stamina upgrades, of course. The only reason why you should be in a hiding spot is because A, there's an event going on like Toxic Shock or Winter Kills, B, there's a bunch of enemies in a small room or you're cornered, C, you're doing the trial Spread the STDs, or D, you're recharging your rig or getting your health back. Otherwise, I do not want to see anyone hiding. We are running, we are crouching, we are sneaking around, but I do not want to see anyone hiding. Unless you're a new player, then you're free to hide all you want. A little trick I learned in the army is that when you're cornered, step on a mine or get caught by the pusher to go into full psychosis. When you are in full psychosis, none of the enemies will go after you. This means that you can run away freely without worrying about an enemy chasing you. It's also really useful when you're quickly trying to complete an objective. Do keep in mind that eventually, after a couple seconds, the Skinner man will show up and he does do damage. So if you can, make sure to have an antidote on you or a fully upgraded heal rig. People love the stun rig and I can't blame them, but as a certified blind rig user, I am here to promote the blind rig, especially during certain trials like Kill the Snitch. The blind rig essentially stuns enemies and makes them lose sight of you. The great thing about the blind rig is that it recharges after a couple seconds and can be used a second time. So if you put it in a spot with a lot of objectives, you can complete them with no problem. Especially if on top of that you also have a rig recharger. This would mean that you can use the blind rig 4 times within 2 minutes. I love the blind rig. One mistake I don't want to make again is to do a relapse during an event. When there is an event in the Outlast trials, I'm focused on finishing the catalog and completing all of my tasks like a good little reagent. I am locked in, I am on the grind, I am his little how high. So there is nothing worse than having 0 prescriptions, no rig, and no loadout when the focus should be on grinding for the event. Okay, and you know what? This one might be a little personal because I know there are people out there who love making the trials harder for themselves. But personally, I love going into events with my rig fully upgraded, all of my prescriptions, and a full loadout. If something goes wrong, I can blame it on myself instead of my lack of upgrades. My favorite amp, and I don't know how people play without it, are the slippers. The slippers allow you to walk over glass without making any noise. In a game like the Outlast trials, making noise can very quickly be the end of you. You also do not realize how much glass there is laying around in the trials. The floor is literally covered with it at all times, so without slippers, you will be making noise. Get those slippers as soon as possible. Ooh, I would be exposing myself if I played a trial without my last chance amp. This gives you an extra chance before dying and I depend on this heavily. I usually play on intensive, so this means that instead of taking damage 2 times, I can take damage 3 times. It can only be used once every 5 minutes, but honestly, it's worth it. If you don't want this amp, then I'd recommend self-revive. This amp gives you the option to revive yourself once after dying, so also giving you an extra chance. But between you and me, go for the last chance. You can only die once, or I guess 2 times, but why die when you can just use your last chance every 5 minutes? My conclusion is, get an upgrade that either gives you more health, more chances, or the ability to take more damage. This should be obvious, but I know that nowadays everything feels like a competition. Therefore, a friendly reminder to play this game at your own pace and at your preferred difficulty. There is no right or better way to play a video game. I've played this game for a long time, and I still play on intensive where possible. I like getting challenged, but I don't want to struggle. Intensive is perfect for me. If you've just had an awful day and want an easier trial, where you can just take your time and stare at coil, go play on standard, bestie. Fuck it, introductory even. You don't have to make things harder and harder for yourself all the time, it'll burn you out. The difficulty of the trial does not determine how good of a gamer you are. Or maybe I'm just saying this to make myself look better. Enjoy the trials, play on standard one day and on psychosurgery the other, use the smoke rake and then the heal rake, do a relapse and regret the relapse. The Outlast trials is an awesome game, and no matter how you play it, Easterman is proud of you.